Hello everyone, atrueboss here. I hope you're having a good weekend, or Wednesday or Thursday by the time I realistically upload this video. Today I have a game that is both educational and entertaining. So first of all, this game was a tournament game played by Shock and Konton here, but it was played quite a while ago. I had it sitting in my replay library. But I just have to cast it because it's just such a good game and it's just got so much in it that I have to talk about. First of all, it was played live even though it was a tournament game. So what happened was the two players had their game and it was commencing, but then something happened in the game and then someone started talking about it in Discord chat. Someone shared the link in Discord chat, and so what happened was like 10 something people started viewing the game live. And because the two players were online at the time, they noticed that people were watching. I think they decided to give us a treat. And so they ended up just live playing this tournament game. A game that you're supposed to like go slow and take seriously. They had days and days on their clocks, but they decided just to play it quickly. Yeah, and this game was very entertaining. A lot happened in this game, and it has a really epic finish as well. That is one thing that happened with the game. Also, this map here, I have a lot to talk about with this map. This map right here, I don't know what it's called. I have no idea. I didn't look it up. I forgot. But it was a tournament game map. I played a game here as well. I don't know if I'll show that game. Maybe I will. But this game is much more entertaining. This game right here. So, right here. The only way to front shift on this map. Front shifting is very important, first of all. It's basically a very quick, like, shifting your army from one place to the other and creating a threat somewhere where your opponent was not ready for it. Right here, however, the only way to front shift is to go take your units through these like very narrow, like, I don't know, crevices here, and it's quite hard to do that. If you can manage to do that, like if you control this area here and you control these entry points, you can shift your whole army through here. But if it's locked down, then you can't do that. It puts a lot of emphasis on positional play, and it makes it so that your position is very important. So in this game, we're gonna see one of these players take a lot of advantage of that. Like this airport here, this base right here, sorry, is it's able to just come down here and just completely lock down this entire position. So once someone gets locked out of the center here, you're just gonna see the magic of just how you can use the map against the opponent, and I think it's truly a fascinating game to watch. So players are Shock 455. This is a player who we haven't really seen much of him. I haven't really seen other replay commentaries on him, but he's a very talented player. He's actually #1 in high funds for now. He's #1 above me for now. But yeah, he's an extremely talented player, and recently he's just been shredding it up. He's just been tearing everyone up that he plays against. But this game was from quite a while ago, and his opponent here is Konton, who is another underrated player. I believe his rating is like 11 or 1200, but he's actually a lot better than that. He's a player who doesn't play League all that much, and so his rating is a lot lower than what it actually should be, because he hasn't had his rating inflate all that much. His rating is kind of like stuck in 2 years ago. So he should be a lot higher, but he's actually only 1200 on the league, so he's actually a really strong player. They're both really strong players and more than a match for each other. So yeah, I believe that's all I can do. I could talk about the rest of it as we commence the game. So without further ado, let's get into the game. Alright, here we go. Let's do this. So goes there, caps that. Yep, he back caps. He's basically forced to go. He's forced to go for this city. He cannot back cap. So yeah, that's just something to do with the map. Konton decides to back cap and go get this. He goes and gets the base, obviously. Then he goes for the back city. I think going for the back city first is best, because if you go for the back city first, it gets you over here slightly faster. But being forced to go here, I think kind of shitty. I don't know. I would rather go for this back city first and go for the airport as quickly as possible. Goes to gets the base. Yep, goes there, goes forward. Only then goes for the chain afterwards. This chain of 3 here. But usually you won't see the chain of 3. Usually you'll see someone get this, and then go for the comm tower. Because these comm towers actually are kind of contested. It's quite common to see people like build a like a rocket or artillery or something and come and lock this down. Personally, I don't really like that because I think the real play on this map is to control the position and to control these valleys over here, like I mentioned in the intro. I don't think investing all your money to guard this is really like, I don't think it's worth it. I think I would rather have my funds over here. That's just me personally. Okay, so develops there, goes captures, not much to talk about yet. Just normal caps, and then here comes the first tank. So Konton was able to get the first tank off here, which is going to come down and like it's going to come down on the strong side here. And watch what happens when that tank comes down later. You'll see. So okay, so Shock responds with 2 tanks. Comes down, take, capture, capture, capture. Not really much to say. There's a little bit of tension going on with this comm tower now. It's probably in Konton's best interest to interrupt these and try to like create a very unstable position, which is what Von Bolt wants to do, and take advantage of his early day-to-day advantage over Drake. He wants to try and get something out of Drake before the powers come along, and Drake just wants to like be solid and then just like hit as hard as possible with Typhoon later on. So I think it's in Konton's interest to start interrupting this rather than going for the city. It could be a good move. So yeah, Shock comes, capture, capture, capture. And now he goes for this city first as opposed to going for the airport. Bear that in mind. Okay, builds artillery over here. I think he's planning to send the artillery over here, try and lock down this this comm tower and stop Von Bolt from getting it. He goes caps, cap, back cap, back cap, back cap. Okay, Konton just goes for the solid capturing the city here. He prefers just to cap the city as opposed to hit this. But if he hit this, then the tank comes in, hits the infantry, and then he doesn't get this city. So yeah, it's probably fine. Goes there, goes there. Of course, Konton goes for this forward cap first, backing up this infantry with this one just in case he needs to. Yep. And so here, Shock actually goes for the interrupt on the comm tower instead of capping the city, which I don't agree with. I think it would have been better for Drake to just cap the city, because Drake just wants to create a solid position, not have anything crazy happen in the beginning, and then push his advantage later on. He doesn't really want to go for like any cheeky stuff in the opening. This is more of like a day-to-day CO kind of like idea. A superpower CO, a global damage CO like Drake just wants to build up the global damage, be solid, be impenetrable, and just never give the opponent any chance to break through. But by doing this, you're creating chaos and complications by doing this. I would have just capped the city as Drake. It's more of a Von Bolt idea to go for this. But anyway, yeah, let's move on. Yeah, and he goes and kills that infantry, and then backs up this guy with this guy. But I think this is a mistake as well, because this tank is gonna get smashed by this tank, and these tanks actually need to be over here right now, because this tank here is actually covering the airport, and this airport is extremely important, and so these tanks cannot come over here to hit this tank afterwards. This tank is not actually covering this tank. This tank has to go this way. So, yeah. Also, you're fighting into Von Bolt's strong side over here, so I don't agree with this move. It takes 2k, maybe 4k funds away from Von Bolt, but at the cost of this. So, it's actually not taking anything away. So, yeah, Konton's turn rolls in. He comes down, captures those ones. He's captured all of his non-contested stuff almost. He's got something going. He's gonna get this. He's gonna get this. He doesn't really have any like problems in his cap phase. Meanwhile, Shock has got one massive problem, and that is he's not getting his own airport. And air units are really valuable on this map, because air units can fly across these mountains, and it just gives you just so much edge. Like it just gives you such a good position to be able to fly across these mountains and switch front with your air units. The ground units are really limited in their front shifting ability here, and it can really translate into problems, which we will soon see. So yeah, look, This is an amazing move. I love this move because one, it stops this infantry from capping the city, which is what it wants to do. Two, it covers this. So this infantry now cannot move within range of the airport. So if this infantry goes here, trying to cap the airport, the tank smacks it. So now the infantry literally this infantry cannot advance, and this infantry cannot advance thanks to one tank. This one tank is shutting down these two guys. So it's a really good tank. This infantry is now going to have to come up here and cap this, and it's going to have to move away from the airport. So yeah, really good move. Really good positional move. So yep. So in this, like I said earlier, like he just ended up abandoning this whole idea. Like Konton's still going to get the tower, and Shock he decided, this was a bad idea, and he just went back, and now he's just gonna cap the city. Like he should have just capped it in the beginning. He moves over here. Yeah, he realizes like he could have, like, in this position, obviously this tank could smack this tank, but he realizes that you actually cannot. You have to go over here and try and get rid of this guy because this is just too valuable. This doesn't matter. Get rid of this green tank. This green tank is just too much of a pain in the butt side here. It's just ruining your whole cap phase. And it's shutting down you capping the airport. So, yeah, these tanks actually cannot go here. If they go here, this is a blunder. It doesn't look like a blunder, but it is a positional blunder. Trust me, guys. So, yeah. I think Shock now realizes the danger. He realizes, like how bad this is at this moment. So now he's changing his ideas to try and go. He's going to put emphasis now. He's going to send this tank over here. He's probably going to send these artillery over here, like tank here, artillery here, and try and get rid of this and try and cap these. And I think he's going to send this infantry over and try and get them. So he's going to have 2 infantry coming in, and he's going to try his best to get this airport because he knows how important it is right now. So comes across, cap. Kill that guy off. I mean, that was a free infantry, right? I don't know what that infantry was even doing there. I don't know. Oh, but by killing this infantry, you've delayed the cap on this. Now he doesn't cap this. So I guess that was Shock's idea. Still, I don't think it was a good idea. Your Drake, you want to consolidate. You don't want to be sacking units. You don't want to be throwing stuff. You want to be if you're going to throw units, at least throw something that's going to give you your Typhoon. But an infantry, you don't really want to be throwing these. Von Bolt wants brawls. Von Bolt wants to destroy your units. And of course, yeah, we got the Neo tank here now. So like this Neo tank, it's gonna plop itself on this city. If Shock allows it, this Neo tank's gonna come down here, plop itself here, and this tank is then just free to terrorize this whole area. Just terrorize this infantry, terrorize this guy, and this airport is in lockdown for a very long time. And when this was starting to happen, when I think somebody pointed it out, this was happening, and then they posted the link to the game in the Discord, like, oh guys, look at this, Shock has not got his airport, look at this, and I think this is around the time where people started coming in and watching the game. They were like, oh, look at this. So then the live viewers started piling on. We had like 4 viewers, 5 viewers, people were talking about the game in Discord chat, and meanwhile these 2 players, they had loads of time on their clocks, but they ended up just playing it live for entertainment purposes, I guess. So yeah, thank you Shock and Konton for giving us this game. Okay, so he sends his tank over this way. I actually don't know what he's up to with this. No, he's just covering his artillery. That's it. He's just covering the arty. He just doesn't want the arty to get smacked by the tank. That's all he's doing. Wait a minute, so... Oh yeah, he does, yeah, the thing is, he can't really go too far over here, because he's got no response to the Neo tank. Like this position, I'm telling you, like, it's so hard to get through here, and into the center with your ground units from this base. It's actually a lot easier to reach this airport from the enemy base, than it is from your own base. So, it's kind of like even though it's closer, it looks closer, because of the mountains and the position and just the way the map is structured, it's way easier just to get here from this base. So it's kind of like a positional trap. Count the amount of times I say the word positional in this video, guys. Okay, so yeah, Kontan's got his airport now, so battlecopters are going to come flying out very soon from Kontan's side. And of course, he also gets this city. He hasn't got any problems in his position. His position is just completely solid, and he's just ready to start making threats on Shock here. Once he's finished backcapping all of his stuff, Shock is in a lot of trouble. He really needs to get this airport soon. Okay, so yeah, the position is, yeah, this is pretty rough. Look at this. This Neo tank comes on here, just blocks this tank from coming in, and now this tank just hits this infantry for free. This is devastating, because this infantry wanted to cap 1-2 like this. So now he's losing not only the funds, he's losing the air units, which is very important. I mean, and if some of you are thinking, oh, it's Drake, Drake's not going to build air units anyway. Well, air units, even though they're like weaker firepower, even as Drake, you still want to build air units, because like, especially on this map where you have this like this mountain thing going on where you can fly across switch fronts, air units for Drake are still, your opponent needs to build anti-air to deal with them. Like, it doesn't matter if a Drake copter has -20 firepower, your tanks aren't going to touch him. Like, it's still a copter. So it doesn't matter if it's minus firepower, you still need to build anti-air. It still forces anti-air builds. Therefore, his air units are still, they're still usable. They're not like useless or anything. Okay, so yeah, he's going for a little attack over here on the... Oh yeah, he's... what's he doing? He wants to get this city, I think. Yeah, he wants to get this city, but I think he should go down for the air. I think he should go for the airport. Like, probably try and bring his Neo tank over here and put the artillery behind it or something. Go for something like that. I mean, I get he had to try something really quickly. And the position is really hard to play for. The position is really hard to play for red here, actually. It's very easy to play for green and very hard to play for red, just due to what's happened already. Yeah, look at this airport. It's completely locked down. Like, there's nothing getting in here. He's trying to sneak this guy in, but there's a Neo tank here. What are you gonna do? Okay. So there's the... Yeah, this artillery here is doing a great job. Builds the Neo tank here instead of here because he wants to cover this. He also wants to get this city here. So the main thing going on right now is this airport being locked in the bottom. But there are other things happening on the map too. Obviously, he wants to get as much money as he can. Okay, cool. So the Neo tank decides it is going to come down here after all, and it puts a threat on. It puts a threat on here. And it's like, hey, get out of here! I want my airport. And then he puts the artillery behind it so that this Neo can't strike. But you can just plop your Neo tank here and then just say to Drake, hey, what are you going to do about it? So I think that's probably what he's going to do. Ah, that's what he's going to do about it. He's got 2 Neo tanks sandwiching from both sides. Pretty good. I like it. This might actually cause Kontan to retreat here. So let's see what Kontan does now. Finishes up some caps. Kontan's got all the central caps. While all of this was going on, all this distraction over here, he sent his infantry in and he was capping these central cities. This is going to give him an income lead, and like this is exactly what Von Bolt needs against global damage. All right, he goes for that. Yep. Okay, so this is a very good strategy. I see this quite a lot. Basically, you attack into range of an artillery, and then you just move your own artillery into range of their artillery, so it can't hit your direct unit. You overload the artillery. There's 2 ways to beat indirect units. One is to outrange them, so don't go in their range, and 2 is to overload them. So just give them too many targets to shoot at. And of course, you could kill them by just blowing them up, but whatever. 3 ways to kill them. Neo tank comes in. Okay, this tank, he's sacking this tank here to delay the caps for even further, which I actually really like this move, because now this Neo tank is going to have to come down here to kill it. So that it not only delays these caps, but it also like puts his Neo tank in a stupid place. His Neo tank is now in a stupid place for 1 turn. So I like this move. I like this move. Like, it was very important to hit it from here, from this far square, than it is to hit it from the top. You could have hit it from the top, but the key to hitting it here is it moves the Neo tank just slightly farther away from where it wants to be. So, little key details. Okay, and Konton's position is looking very, he's looking very solid. It looks like he's definitely got his money's worth out of this day-to-day ability, and by using the map to his advantage. Okay, so the Neo tank, yep, of course goes back, smacks that tank in the face, and it lives. It lives because it's Von Bolt. And now it gets to strike another infantry and do 10% to it. So Shock has to watch out for that. Okay, Tsunami, yeah. He goes for Tsunami right now because why? Because he wanted to interrupt this comm tower cap. That's why. He had to. I think he was forced because if he didn't use Tsunami here, he's gonna hit this, but it might not do 10% because it's Von Bolt with plus 10% defense, 40% defense here on the comm tower. So I think that's why he was like forced to use Tsunami here because he just wanted to interrupt these caps. Like interrupting this and this is also nice. So I think that's why he went for it. I mean, it's okay. I think it's a good move. Yeah, and in the same turn, he creates a position that can't really be attacked into. So he's not losing too much power from this, because like normally when Drake uses his power, if you do a bunch of engagements on that turn, you don't get any charge while your power is active. So Drake doesn't really want to take any engagements right now. He just kind of wants to use his power and just have Von Bolt go, okay, I'll just get wet and retreat like a sloppy fish. But if Von Bolt decides to attack into this, he's gonna get smacked to pieces by these artillery. So he's inclined not to at this point. Okay, so Konton's turn here. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna attack? Oh, he's attacking. Oh, but that's no, that's a free move. That's a free hit. Yeah, that's a free move. Oh, okay. He's attacking. Yep. He's doing this because there's no charge for Drake this turn, and after Drake uses his powers, or any global damage CO, once they've used their global damage, that's their card. That's their biggest card played. After their card has been played, they are vulnerable for some time for you to just strike them because their main card has been played. So yeah, Drake has played his card here, so Konton's seeing it and attacking. I like it. Not to mention, Konton's getting very close to his ex-machina too. Don't forget about ex-machina. While all this commotion is going on, it's really hard to create a sufficient magnet or a decoy for the ex-machina because your units just need to be doing something. You don't really have time to be creating magnets, and this is exactly what Von Bolt wants. This chaos makes it really hard to deflect the ex-machina. Then the ex-machina, if it hits you in the wrong place, it's over. The game's over. Like the ex-machina, you have to work around it very well. You have to make sure you don't get hit too badly by it. Okay, so he comes in, kills off this Neo. Yep, I like it. Ooh, this looks like a very nasty turn for Konton next turn. Ooh, okay. This is looking like a juicy turn right here. Okay, ex-machina. Where's it gonna hit? Oh, it hits the... Okay, so he created the magnet down here to deflect it from here. If it hits here, it's GG. It's game over. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Resign time. Goodbye. But because it hits here, this is like not as bad as hitting here, but this is still pretty bad. Because now he has to base skip twice. So now these units will not be able to move next turn, and he won't be able to build anything next turn. So yeah, it's a double base skip. So he gets to attack here now into all this mayhem, and there's no reinforcements next turn. Okay, this rocket is doing a good job in locking down this comm tower from being captured. I like it. Aha, the copters come over. Yeah, I've noticed that Konton's got air units that can switch fronts. This is yeah, this is really nice. For Shock to switch fronts is really a pain in the butt. He has to go through this tiny little crevice and this tiny crevice. All the front shifting areas on this map are tiny little crevices through the mountains or the rivers or something. It's really awkward to switch fronts with no air units. Oh yeah, did you see that? Look at that. You see? It survived with 1 HP, and then it just goes and sacks itself into there, delaying the airport even more. because of Von Bolt's extra 10% defense. That 10% defense, I'm telling you, Von Bolt's 10% defense, it's the difference between life and death for certain units, and then stuff like that happens. Exactly like that. And like, that 10%, it doesn't sound like very much, but just that 10% is the difference between life and death. It disables tactics for your opponent, it enables tactics for you. That 10%, do not underestimate it. This is why Von Bolt's quite high tier. So, Shock's turn. What does he do here? He has to send these guys over here. He cannot be messing around with this tower. I don't know why those Neo tanks were even up there, to be honest. They should have been over here this whole time. But yeah, he does shift them over. And Typhoon. Here we go. Typhoon. This is Drake's main card here. And this Typhoon, it looks like, is keeping him in the game. If it wasn't for this Typhoon hitting right now, I think Konton would just destroy him on the next turn. I mean, he probably is going to do some major damage here. Look at this. Neo tank comes in, interrupts the airport again. Like, day 13, and Shock still does not even... He's not even close to getting this airport. He has to clear out this Neo tank yet. And his reinforcements are nowhere to be found. So... Yep, moves forward with that, moves forward with that. Comes down here, hits that out. Okay, now you see, yeah, he front shifts over here because he has control of the valley here. Like, Shock would love to come over here, but he just, like, having control of this one little choke point, it just helps you so much. You just use the map against your opponent like that, where you can front shift and they cannot. The center here is so important. Having control of this central area just gives you so much activity. It's just ridiculous. Shock's turn here. The rain is gone. So Konton here is fighting because Shock has obviously just used his power. So he doesn't really have much. He's really vulnerable right now. And this power, he's used it twice now, so it's getting more and more expensive. Meanwhile, Von Bolt's powers are just as good as ever. That 10% defense is not going anywhere. Okay, he fights here. He takes engagement. Okay, cool. I think Konton's going to have to retreat here, although he has got a Mega Tank on the way. And Shock doesn't have any response to that Mega Tank just yet. So... Okay. All the fighting is happening on Konton's strong side as well. This is Shock's strong side over here, but nothing is really happening over here. Basically, all the units being built on the strong side are being forced over to the weak side to defend the weak side. So that's how you know your position is not very good. Oh, again, just interrupted it again. Like, he's just not getting this airport. Like, it's under lock and key. Like, Konton has kept this airport under lock and key, and he's done an amazing job at denying that airport. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is nasty. Look at this. Oh my god. I think the game is pretty much over at this point. Not gonna lie, the position is just so crushing at this point. Like, if I'm just looking at it, the position is just so crushing. I think the position is, I think it's lost already. I think it's lost. It's just basically a mop up at this point. At this point, we've got people in the the Discord chat watching this, like, oh, can Shock hold on? Because Shock is an extremely talented player. So we're all there just wondering, like, can Shock save this? Can Shock save this against Konton? Can Shock save this? And yeah, there are people commenting on the game. Konton and Shock were obviously not in the chat. They were not looking at it. They were just playing the game live, even though they didn't have to, again, but they did. So, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of a weakness over here. So Shock decides to attack it. Shock decides, hey, I'm sick of defending. I actually want to attack something, but he still doesn't have his airport. So Konton's turn again. Oh, this comm tower is looking very weak again, and he's got a mega here. How are you gonna defend this comm tower? Oh, see, this is the thing. This map is so dynamic. There's a threat here on the airport. Then there's a threat on the comm tower. Then the central cities are being capped. Then this comm tower. Then this air. Like, it's just, and then, oh look, a bomber. Oh look, I've front shifted. I can't say the word shift today. Front shifted. Like, This map is so dynamic. I love this map. I really do. I wish it was in League. He attacks that infantry. Yeah, he just wants to take out the infantry. He just doesn't want any infantry to get over here. That's all he has to do. This copter is basically on infantry pest control over here. Well, what's he doing? He's sacking into. Okay, he's just nailing that Neo tank. He's attacking here. There's no way this tower is gonna fall. This tower is gonna fall. The bomber comes over. Cool. Yep. Now this attack is thwarted because there's a bomber here and a Neo tank. So good luck attacking into that, which means Shock is now gonna have to shift over this way again. So that's like now he took 1-2 turns to shift his army. Oh, but he got an anti-air in range of this, but oh yeah, but it's kind of dead though. And then this just goes over and goes over. So I don't think that's a good move either. But don't forget, Shock was playing live. He was playing this really quickly. So if they had taken their time, maybe Shock could have defended this. But it still would have been super hard. Maybe even live. I don't know, because if he went async, then Conton would have also gone async, and the quality of the moves in general would have been a lot higher from both sides. But the position was still winning for Conton. So yeah, ex-machina comes here. Where does it land? Boom, there, right on the main army. Oh. Okay, so that's pretty painful. These guys are now caught offside with no reinforcements. And now this is a deadly attack over here. This is just deadly. And he still doesn't have the airport. Air units would have been really nice here for defending. Like Conton hasn't needed to build any anti-airs in this area. All he needs to build is land units and just things to deal with land. He doesn't have to worry about air units. And that's just so nice. He's got 2 bases attacking a 1 base and doesn't have to worry about air units. So yeah, really nice. Typhoon comes in. Here we go. Oof. Yeah, it always hurts. It always hurts. Typhoon is so good. And it looks like he's finally gonna get this airport here. I don't think this copter can interrupt it anymore. He's finally gonna get the airport, but it may be too late now. He moves in his guys, sends in another infantry, builds another mega. When you're building megas from your base, this is how you know that player is in trouble, because a mega is kind of like a hey, get off of me kind of unit. You build it when your opponent's so close to your base and you just want them to go away. Okay, Conton's turn. What's he gonna do here? He's like slowly gaining on Shock. He's winning like every other turn because he's got more firepower, he's got more income, and he's got a better position. But Shock is staying alive thanks to the Typhoons. So hits that Neo tank, kills that Neo tank off. He then puts the he then comes over here and it doesn't cover that square. But he has control of this choke point as well, so now he's able to shift army from here over to reinforce. He also has the airport, and he's able to bring units from this side and this side over, whereas Shock is just coming through here. Shock can come over here, but it doesn't do anything. So, like, Conton is really good at using the map against Shock here. Yep, and it looks like he delayed this cap with Typhoon, but Conton is gonna get the comm tower now. He's gonna have 30% firepower onto 100%. But Shock finally got his airport. Hallelujah. So 2 mega tanks come in trying to defend the position, but you can just capture this next turn and pull back. Shock's main army is down here, and it's quite passive, whereas Conton's army is over here guarding all these city caps. So, well, to be honest, Conton's army is more spread out, and Shock's army is all in one place. Like, Conton is just all over the map. He's everywhere, whereas Shock is just in one place. So, huge difference there. This is pretty good. This is basically a free kill, right? Like, you're just gonna come over here, and you're not worried about reinforcements coming from this side because you're on a silo and you're Von Bolt and you've got 2 comm towers now. So you can really just start to bully. You don't really care. In fact, you can just, do that. Just go in, who cares? You're just up so much at this point, you're not even worried anymore. You're just attacking into Shock's main army here, like, and he hasn't really got anything else to reply with. You can kill off a few bombers like this, But at this point, even bad engagements for Conton are still good engagements because he's just upped in so much value. Like Drake just can't count for the losses anymore. Here comes a mega tank. Here comes a get off me unit, as we saw earlier. He's sending this infantry here because he wants to go cap this. He has dreams of capping this city. I think he's dreaming. I don't think he's gonna get that. But we might see air units from Shock this next turn. However, the position is just kind of toast. Oh, no, he covers the airport. So now there's no air units. So now he's back. So even though he's captured the airport, he still can't build air units. Man, so rough. And now Conton goes in. He gets trades. He gets good trades too. Now this is resigning. I think this is resigning now. I don't think that Shock should play on any longer. Unless he just wants to play on for fun, which he does. So he comes in, kills some stuff because this was a live game actually. Even though, well, it wasn't actually a live game, but they were playing it live, and because there were so many spectators, they decided to play the whole game out live. So I think Shock was like hoping for some mistakes from Conton here, and so I don't really blame him for playing on, to be honest. Like, mistakes can happen, you never know. And especially when Typhoon hits so hard. Look at this, 251 all the way down to, what, 194? And now the value is not too far apart. Oh, but Conton has ex-machina. I didn't see that. Yeah, ex-machina, here we go. Kaplow. Oof. Okay, so the two megas get paralyzed over here, and then these guys are gonna move in and hit them soon. So these are gonna move in. Oh no, they can't reach. Never mind. They can't reach. Oh, but look, that infantry is gonna try and go get that airport. Wouldn't that be a disaster if the airport not only got denied but capped? Okay. Yeah. This is like an Iron Fist position right here. He moves in. Yeah, he's like, Conton is just dominating on all parts of the map here. More engagements over there. Comes over this way. This part I'm probably just going to go a little bit faster because the game is basically over at this point and it's like kind of a mop-up. So Conton comes in. Yeah, and like because he's got two comm towers, most engagements are gonna go his way. He's just got such a firepower advantage now over Drake here. 100 versus 130. Plus the 10% defense, let's not forget about that. Like, look at that. He gets the strike with the mega, but it wow. Okay. Comes over. I think mega will strike there soon. Shock looks like he's got an army here, but I mean, Shock is actually doing a really, he's fighting so hard. It's so like honorable and so like he's just not going down without a fight. He's just fighting so hard, which I respect him for. He's just like, he just refuses to lose. Like he did this in a game where I played against him too. He just refuses to lose. He's in a losing position and he just like, he fights to hold on. It's very commendable. Me myself, I would give up. I would give up if it was me. So yeah, Typhoon comes in again, does a ton of damage, although Shock is coming down to only like having 10 units now. He's in the tens of units. As more engagements happen, as Conton has got 2 comm towers, all these engagements are gonna go in his favor. Oh, this guy, this copter here died from fuel. That copter has gotten some good value. If it's dying from fuel, I mean, bear in mind it probably got hit by Typhoon like 5-6 times, but okay, ex-machina. Okay, that is the final nail in the coffin right there, surely. Yeah. Ooh, look at this Neo. That Neo tank right there. Fresh Neo tank. Okay, look at this. Bang, dead. Bang, dead. 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 Yeah, and he gets the airport. This is very, yeah, very over at this point. very over. But yeah, he plays on. He plays on because there was people watching. There's people watching, and it was a live game, and it was entertaining. So he plays on. He didn't even do any engagements that turn. He builds a bomber from the opponent's airport that he captured. He's just got units everywhere. 29 units, 29 to 8, 245, very over. I'm just gonna speed through this. Okay, he's attacking the base now. He's getting all the way down to the base. Here we go. Keep going. Is Shock gonna resign? Let's see what happens. Nope. He keeps going. He just makes engagements. Oh, what did he do? He sacked his medium into there. Yeah. Shock realizes this is lost at this point. He's just kind of messing around. What the? What the? Look at this. There's a Neo tank here. Pay attention to this Neo tank. What? What happened to the Neo tank? Wait, what? I didn't even know this. This is a bug with a it's got no fuel. It's got no fuel. And then it just dies. What? Okay. That is something. That's probably a bug with the replay viewer right there. I don't think that's Neo tanks are supposed to die when they run out of fuel, Johnny. So, yeah. So this is lost. Speed through this. This entire right front is lost. The left front is all. The entire position is gone. The lab's being captured. Air units are being built on your own airport that you've never had. Conton has built more air units from that airport than Shock has built from his own airport. Yep, builds a mega tank there. Cap. Yep, that side is now completely defeated. Only one unit left on the map for Shock. Yeah, it's quite epic though to end this game with a root. He's gonna get rooted, right? Typhoon, boom, move there. Yep, make that. Dies from fuel. That's 3 units died from fuel. Although that Neo tank dying from fuel was really weird. I didn't notice that ever before. That must be a bug with the replay viewer. Yep, comes in here. This is completely over. Cool. Now, how does it end? Kills himself. So, yeah. Epic finish. Epic game. Epic finish. So, yeah. 0-0. GG. How often do you see a root, especially between players of this level? Yeah, I believe right now in Discord everyone was like, GG. That was epic. That was epic. So, yeah. I mean, I thought that was an epic game. It was a really cool game. It kept me entertained for a good 2 hours. So, yeah. Thank you two guys for giving me this game. Yeah, so what to pick up from this game? Well, I think that obviously get this airport. The airport is very valuable. You need it as soon as possible. Like the map wasn't really like, if I go back here, like the map here forces you to go away from the airport when you start off. So I think it would have been better if this was the green city, because I think this is clearly a better cap. Because you need to go here, then here, then here, to prevent all this like tank shenanigans coming down. But I think you still could go there if you like a few days later. I'm pretty sure you can just. I'm pretty sure you can go there now. Yeah, you can go there now with this guy, and you can still get there before a threat comes. But Shock actually went for this city first. So, but it's kind of like, it's kind of trappy, honestly. Like, because if you make this one mistake of going here instead of here, this is a very natural move too. It's very natural to just go for this city, like, because it's just your cap phase. It's day 4. Like, what could go wrong, right? But that ends up with this. That leads to this. Leads to this. So, like, but how would you see that far ahead? You probably wouldn't. It's kind of like trappy, which makes the map very sharp and very dynamic. A lot of high funds maps are like this. So yeah, that's the main thing that went wrong for Shock, is this. Also, like the moves where he was like attacking this and trying to attack here, I don't agree with these. I think he should have been more solid and consolidate his position, and then just like give no chances to Kanton and then just Typhoon, GG. But alas, I think he was a little bit too ambitious with these moves, and also not going for the airport first. Also, Kanton, not only that, these blunders from Shock, but also the Kanton played extremely well, taking advantage of the terrain. He took the center control, sent units down here, and then he had the option of going through here to make threats and coming down here. So he was able to make a ton of threats with his units coming out of these bases. Also, he had his own airport, so he was able to spam air units, get them out, and he was just, yeah, he was using the map to his advantage very well there. So yeah, and when it comes to like games of this level with these kind of players, just these tiny little things make all the difference. Like this tiny little move coming here instead of here, this just makes the whole difference. Sending your tanks down here and controlling the center rather than sending it over here makes all the difference. Like these little advantages, they just snowball so much at these levels. So yeah, that was the game, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna make more videos. I'll probably make like one a week. I'm gonna try and make one a week now, because like I just have a lot of stuff off my plate at the moment, so I have much more time for Advance Wars. Hopefully this video is not too long. 45 minutes, not too bad. I tried to squeeze this 28 game video into a shorter video, and yeah, it seems like it worked out. This should be good. I'll try and upload this as soon as possible. Hope it's not uploaded by next week, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Peace.